Hey, what's going on, Pat? How you doing?
Hey, not too shabby, Kev. I appreciate you calling in. What do you want to talk about, brother? We got Rob Ninkovich in 4 minutes. Oh, okay.
I was gonna. Oh, sorry. Sorry for interrupting you. I was gonna talk about the New York Giants. Like, what would you do since you already lost Saquon Barkley and you already lost OBJ a couple of years ago? What would you do after picking up Devonta Freeman?
Great question. Well, I think losing OBJ a couple years ago has nothing to do with what's going on in the Giants right now. I think what you should think about is if you're a Giants fan, and we have one in the building, it's kind of hilarious. Mr. Mansouri is a Giants fan, which I understand had its good times probably.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But here, as of late, it has been a little bit rough.
Yeah.
You had that guy from Pittsburgh that was an Irish guy, but he slicked his hair back. McAdoo guy, he was tough. I mean, that was tough. I mean,
Please don't put Pittsburgh on him.
Well, I didn't want to know it either, by the way.
He's from Indiana, which is completely different.
Okay.
Indiana, PA. Sorry.
Okay, Indiana, PA, which is outside. It's 2 hours outside of Pittsburgh.
Basically Indiana.
Might be 6 hours outside. Okay, so I didn't know that because somebody put McAdoo on Pittsburgh one time when I was talking to him, like, oh, home McAdoo. I was like, whoa. Marino, Montana, like we can go through. No, McAdoo's from there. I'm like, whoa.
Homer City, wherever Homer City, PA.
Yeah, so we have no idea. But anyways, they had a lot of bad times, right? There was a lot of bad times there as of late. And then it seems as if it's only getting worse. And then Joe Judge comes in there, and he's tasked with flipping a franchise that was once very, very glorious, and for a long time was, and even in recent history was very good, but has kind of lost its way. And he's trying to set a new standard, trying to set a new culture. You hear about it where they're running laps and this, and the attention to detail has been asked because I guess they're the worst team in the last 3 years in the history of the NFL or anybody else. So it's one of those things where this stinks for Giants fans, but I think you just have to look in the mirror and understand that the team you cheer for is in the middle of what we like to call a full rebuild.
Yeah.
And whenever I was at the Colts and we had a 2-14 year, and we drafted Andrew Luck, and we had a bunch of young guys playing, and we had an entirely new offense, defense, GM, everything. Everybody's like, oh, it's a rebuild. But we had enough old guys on that team, Robert Mathis, Reggie Wayne. There was a lot of older kind of stud guys. Vinatieri was still around, where Robert Mathis was like, this ain't a rebuild, this is a reload, okay? And we did. We won games. Andrew Luck put us on his back a couple times. He made some mistakes, obviously, but we won games. I think, though, in this particular case, it is not a reload, actually. No. This is a rebuild. And Devonta Freeman, I think they want to play good football. They want to go hard. They probably had the money to spend on him or whatever. He's good. But I don't think the Giants in their head have any expectation. Now, the players would want to win every single game, by the way, because they get paid. And I assume assistant coaches would as well. But I would assume over there in the building, they're like, hey, if we win 5-6 games this year, we're in a very good spot. Like, let's know that we're building towards something in the future. And Saquon Barkley getting hurt sucks for that entire vision. But him buying in to the Joe Judge culture, which is what Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit said that entire first game, is massive to the success of the Giants in the near future. And I'm not saying next year it can't be good. I don't think rebuild is one of those like 3-4 year things. I don't even think that's possible anymore because coaches will get fired before that could even happen. So I just think this is a year where it's not going to be great football, but hey, they're going to try hard out there.
Is Devonta Freeman the most confident human being in the world, seeing where Saquon gets like 15 rushes for 6 yards, and he's like, oh, I'll go in there, and then I'll do well, and then maybe I'll get paid?
I would hope so. I mean, I think if I'm a running back, by the way.
Because he picked the Giants over.
By the way, if I'm a running back, over Carolina, right?
I don't know the other teams, but
I think Carolina needed one, Carolina needed one. So it's, there's probably multiple reasons that go in there, but not just like, I think this team's going to do better. But for me, if I'm a running back, hey, every time I get the ball, touchdown.
Hell yeah.